The day's other headlines: the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool here in Washington is set to undergo more repairs, just days ahead of America's 250th anniversary. That's according to President Trump, who has repeatedly claimed without evidence that vandals caused the algae blooms and peeling paint that have plagued the pool since its renovation. Here's Stephanie Sy.
Green, murky water and floating chunks of paint. This is the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool, just weeks after a renovation project that has cost taxpayers millions of dollars and stirred up political controversy.
We had vandalism.
In the Oval Office today, President Trump repeated that vandals are to blame for the damage and said there's photo evidence.
We have I think 290, 300-foot slit right through it, probably a box cutter or a knife of some kind.
Authorities say they've arrested at least 5 people and handed out citations to several others. Among those arrested, former U.S. Olympian David Hearn, who is facing a destruction of government property charge. He says he was just touching lining that was already floating in the water.
I don't think it's something that will stand up in court.
Sarah Bronin is a law professor at George Washington University who specializes in historic preservation and property law.
The kinds of activities that the passersby are accused of doing, again, dipping their hand into the water, merely touching some of the material that has fallen off of the bottom of the pool, are really not the kinds of activities that, at least based on my review of case law and understanding of the statute, have ever really been prosecuted.
It was in terrible shape. It was filthy dirty.
The president unveiled plans to clean up and coat the pool's surface in what he called American flag blue earlier this year, estimating it would cost up to $2 million. Once water started flowing back in, records revealed nearly $15 million were rewarded for the project to companies with only limited experience with federal contracts. Aerial images of the pool showed a transformation from deep blue to murky green in the days that followed, and lining peeling from the floor. The pool quickly became a spectacle, drawing a handful of self-styled pro-algae demonstrators and many more frustrated taxpayers.
I want my money back after seeing this. I think that it was a huge waste of money to begin with, and I think our resources could be used a lot better elsewhere.
Crews have been working to remove the green goop with vacuum pumps and strainers.
It's called New Pond Syndrome.
Pool expert and YouTube personality Steve Gooddale, better known as Swimming Pool Steve, says the algae is a typical occurrence for freshly filled ponds. But the damage to the surface indicates potential issues with the bond layer applied between the old and new finishes.
If you are deficient or insufficient with your surface preparation of the substrate before you apply this product, man, you're in for a bad time. And what would that look like if you were to see that? Well, it would basically look like it would start peeling off in sheets.
President Trump says the new repairs are set to begin immediately. For the PBS News Hour, I'm Stephanie Sy.
Support journalism you trust. Support PBS News. Donate now, or even better, start a monthly contribution today.